we're back.
Whoa, we're really dark
Oh,
on
it's
there.
dark. The sun's going down.
I feel like we're in a witness protection video. All right, everybody. Well, it's still Bree and Matt, and we've got Nick Mott up here with us. We are back for round 2 here today with the UTV Stock and Cup class and the VIN class. But first, I hope you guys just saw that little clip that played, and we've got Nick here to tell us about a new video series that he has started with some of our drivers.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Highway to the Hill is a project that Clyde and I have kind of put together. It's an idea of getting behind the scenes with all of our drivers, no matter what class, all classes, and we're gonna go out ahead of the race that we're about to be at, and for this episode, as you can see, we're going to be hanging out with the Perryville Mafia, Jay Storts and Daniel Heckley. It was a great time. I'll just say
that could be dangerous.
I can't wait to share everything with you guys. It was a good time.
So that's going to go through the entire event. You traveled here with them. You shot some stuff at their house or shop or wherever you started.
Followed them to work. Followed them
here.
home. Followed them, to the toilet. No, I'm just joking. But
it's a very intimate program.
It is a very intimate show. If you guys caught the first episode with Danny Smith, it was kind of our pilot episode, and we went back and covered the entire 2021 season. For now, it's going to be just each race, okay? So we're going to follow a driver, a couple of always the season drivers, and we're going to follow them around, go to their work, go to their home, invade their space, and follow them to the race, and then follow them through the race, and win, lose, or draw. We want to bring the action to you guys. We want you to see another side of rock racing this year.
Right, because everyone sees the drivers when they're out here and they're in the buggy and they're on the podium or else talking about what they broke afterwards, but you don't really know who they are necessarily as people as well, their home life, their family life, what they do for work, any of that. So this is just kind of a behind the scenes, almost a like reality TV kind of view into like a day in the life or a day in the weekend of a racer. And
I got to say, man, there isn't one of these drivers out here that don't have an amazing story to tell. I mean, all of them are extremely, they're amazing people. For sure.
We've talked before about maybe how tends to be some misconception around the sport and maybe whether it's just either like a bunch of rednecks out trashing their stuff or the opposite, a bunch of guys just throwing money away on an expensive rig or whatever. No. And it's really none of that. It's a whole lot in between though.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
And we've got people and drivers, volunteers, pit crew members, family from all backgrounds. We talked about the variety of just kind of career and lifestyle that all the drivers come from, but they all have this one thing in common, and that's racing. So this is what Nick's doing is really cool, and I think it's going to be a great way for everyone to just get to know the drivers even better, get to know Nick even better in the sport, and just what it is that brings us all out here.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to be releasing an episode a week. And we're going to split them up. That first pilot episode was 2.5 hours long. It was a movie.
Yeah.
But these next episodes, they're going to be about 30 minutes long. We're going to split them up into 1 or 2 parts and release them every week. So literally every week this season, you are going to have a new episode. So very excited.
And again, there's say 2.5 hours. There's something super cool about seeing 2.5 hours, about going, hey, that's cool. Like, again, like I said, it's funny to see back home. There's people that will go on and watch our live feed and watch every minute and then text me afterwards, hey, by the way, I said this, or that was super cool, or I didn't know this. So it's super neat to get that background story.
Yep. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun, y'all. And again, only available on YouTube. So you got to get over to our YouTube channel. We invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell. So it's, every time we drop a video, and I'm going to be dropping videos on top of that as well. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Cool. Well, thanks for letting us all know, Nick, and bringing us up to date. We'll have you up here to talk about it tomorrow, too, for those that aren't watching today's race. Speaking of racing, though, I think we've got a couple drivers ready to kick off round 2. We've got our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class we're going to start with again. Then we'll go into the RCV Cup class, and then we've also got our brand-new VIN class.
Which we're super excited. VIN class absolutely came out and crushed it. We had a blast. I think we got to see how cool it was watching a full-body Chevy 1-ton truck out there with a 454 and 1-ton axles, just absolutely just crushing it.
Collier. You guys are cute.
Little buddy. His hands are kind of cold.
Couldn't pass up on your cute little moment there.
I know he was kind of warm earlier, so took his jacket off. So.
The sun went away from our trailer. You might
did.
notice how you can barely tell who we are on here. So you'll just have to listen to the sounds of our voices.
They'll know. It's funny when I meet people that don't necessarily they'll watch the live feed but don't really pay attention to us because I'll be talking to them like, I'm like, I do live feed. And they're like, that's where I know you from.
Yeah, we were at the driver's meeting earlier, and you were walking back over here, and I yelled something to you about grabbing my drink or something.
Yeah.
And a lady standing over there was like, I thought I recognized that voice. And
it's
was like, oh,
I'm
sorry. She's like, I listen to you on video all the time. And I was like, oh.
It is. It's creepy and kind of.
I feel bad for you, but thanks.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy and really sweet at the same time. They're like, oh, I knew you from somewhere.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to connect with people out here. All right, everybody. If you missed everything up to this point, let me give you a real quick overview. We're in Bridgeport, Texas. This is the CRRS #1, kicking off the entire season here this weekend. And we've got our UTV stock and cup class and VIN class today. We've already had course 1 for those 3 classes. We're going into course 2 now. We just had a little break. Tomorrow we'll be racing UTV Bounty, the big bouncers, and then we also have our brand new UTV youth class. And I know we've got at least 2 drivers, young drivers, that will be kicking off that new class for us. So we've got some new stuff we've added in for the season.
One of which just pulled in here.
Yep, they just made it for the weekend. So we are ready to go. Who do we have on the line right now?
Justin
Is
Holback.
it Justin again?
Your dad. He's on the line.
Justin Hoback. You might have noticed our cute little quiet guest commentator sitting over here with Matt is Collier Hoback.
Yep. All right, here he goes. There he goes.
That's his daddy up there. That's Justin and the full body 4-seater. Hey Collier, what is that thing? Is that the blue buggy? Say go daddy.
Justin is driving a full body.
I think Collier's a little overwhelmed sitting up here with all of this right now.
What do you think, huh, bud?
He sure was excited, though. I rode here from Nashville. There you go.
Yeah.
With Justin and Collier in their RV. And as soon as we pulled into the park, Collier was just going on and on about racing the blue buggy. He was so excited.
How's Dad doing out there? You doing good?
Through the rock hill, through the Radflow
He's nodding his little head.
and into the rock garden.
So Justin was a late entry, so he is going first. He did on both course 1 and now course 2. He had a 3rd place time for course 1. We've got about...
Yeah, he's racing a 4-seater. That's what a lot of people don't understand. He's racing a 4-seater out there, going through a thrashing rock section. Again, I talked to a lot of drivers afterwards, and they said how incredibly hard this section was. There's anywhere from basketball size to washing machine size rocks.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of them thrown there, so it's just beat you to death. So just a brutal rock section. What's up, Eric Martin? Tuning in, hometown Decatur. Yeah, Eric Hagan and said, Matt had a child during the off season. Yes, I had a child, and he's now...
It's been a busy few months for Matt.
He's now about to turn 3, so we're pretty happy with him.
He's on the accelerated growth program.
Yes. What's up, Eric Hagan? Tim Bacon jumping in there, part of that Bacon family.
Taylor would like to know how the audio sounds to everybody. We had a few comments that technical aspects that we're bringing into play for the show for this season. Some of it we are trying out this weekend, and some of it will be coming at a later point this season, so we can try and bring it all in as smoothly as possible. And there goes Justin Hoback out the top on course 2.
He's done.
He's done.
He ran a 114.834.
All right, that was a 114.834 for Justin Hoback.
Yes, Eric Hagan said that's the long bed. # long bed. Yeah, that's a full body and some. So
and that they're running the same course.
Yes,
right?
yes.
That's the fastest time so far yet today because Cody Kason's 117 earlier on course 1 was the fastest time, and Justin just put down a 114.
So Justin is absolutely smoking this course right now.
That was a great run. So we talk a little bit about sometimes when there are
in a 4-door.
When there are 2 runs and it's on the same course, drivers will often still race hard, but maybe a little more conservatively on the first course. You get a feel for it, you keep the buggy together, and then of course you can always let loose a little more.
Once you see our VIN class go, you understand how hard that drop in was. So we had some pretty rough sections coming up that are pretty violent. So it's kind of interesting to see everybody. You want to come out, get some points on the board. You know, I know Justin Holback was probably being a little more conservative, trying to get some points on the board.
All right, now we've got Dan Carter.
Dan the Man Carter taking off here. Colton Holback tuning in. Yeah.
Please check them out on the interwebs or on the Facebook for all your
On the-
off-road needs.
On the face of
What
book.
are you trying to do there? Clyde's trying to bust through the whole like spider web of
Yeah.
caution tape we put up now ever since Zach's free fall.
Let's see which
Yeah.
line he's going to take.
Yeah.
Looks like he
Zach
is
fell this
Zach's
morning.
landing
Got
is
a little
down
cut-
there.
got a
Zach's falls is up here at the top.
Yeah, little cut on his head.
He did. If you weren't watching earlier, you wouldn't have heard us say we started a little bit later than we normally do because Zach provided some unfortunate.
Base jump.
Clyde
It's-
says he started his base jumping career, but
Yes.
apparently forgot the parachute part of it. Zach just plumb fell off a rock cliff. What is that, like 25
Yeah,
feet, and
I-
landed
yeah.
basically on his head.
Face. Yeah.
We're very lucky, or he's very lucky, and we're very glad it wasn't worse than it was. He did take a ride out and get checked out, and or he drove. The ambulance came here and checked him out, and he opted to drive himself to the hospital
It was
and get checked
he took
out.
a pretty good fall.
He had a little.
Yeah.
He might
And-
need some stitches.
And he's going to need some stitches. Oh, he was very entertaining,
He
even at the
entertained
bottom.
the paramedics. That's true Zach fashion.
He was bleeding pretty good. He said, I just kept falling and falling and falling. He said, I was like, how long does this take? I'm like, jeez.
All right, here we go. Let's go, Dan.
Come on, Dan. Again, running that Rock Life off-road wrap there. He said Brian Dunnigan's taking good care. I know Brian helps out a lot of racers. Again, Brian was on here earlier talking about how he's going to have some SFI-rated fire gloves and stuff at races for drivers as well. So.
Yeah, so if you guys, we talked about safety gear a little bit earlier. We usually touch on that at some point during the weekend, but if you are wanting to refresh what you've got or you're looking to start your racing career
Yes.
and need to build up your
Yep.
gear collection, then you can go check out that Rock Life Off-Road trailer. I think he said starting at Windrock. Our next race will be March
Yes.
4th and 5th, and
Yes.
that'll be at Windrock in Oliver Springs, Tennessee.
Which will be a lot of fun. Windrock's always a great time. They always have some cool courses, a lot of fun for us. So,
Eric, I think you're right, considering that Zach said it was the fall just kept going on and on.
yes.
All right, Dan's out the top. 142.907. That was Danger Dan Carter in the Rock Life Off-Road full body. Dan also runs the Bounty class, and he is getting some points for.
Several wheels leaning at this point.
Yeah, that front driver
Yeah.
does. Had a nice long talk just about what he's been doing during the offs.
His front wheel's leaning in just a tad. Yeah, he's not sure what he broke, but again, that's the Rock Life Off-Road buggy.
The wrong way.
Yeah, it's not doing real hot. Hops out. Jody's getting him his hat to wear. She does a custom shirts and hats, so she always
Jody's the hat queen.
She always has some cool gear for him to wear.
Hey, can you turn my headset down just a
Yes.
smidge over there, please?
Are you the top one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Thought you'd be able to reach it.
I got it. All right.
All right.
It'll buff out. Yeah, it'll buff out. His front tire's leaning in. He's like, it'll buff out.
It's fine. It still rolls.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like Cody Kaysen in that RS1. Cody put down the fastest time on course 1 with a 1:17. Let's see if he's going to beat that this time.
And Cody Kaysen is off the line.
Again, Cody Kaysen. They're coming out of
Fulton,
Mississippi, yes. He is 4 years younger than his brother. Him and his brother are both out here running and doing very, very well this year.
Well, his brother, Clay Kaysen, beat Tim Cameron's time in the Cup class.
So he said
on
he is
course 1.
younger, but he has better flow than his brother and waved his
He does have some wavy locks.
beautiful locking hair. He does have a wide open design cage on it, which obviously we always love seeing guys that upgraded cages, even if they're going to run stock class because it is a big safety thing. So we love seeing upgraded cages out here.
If you're going to go fast and hit anything,
Yes.
like a tree or a rock, you're going to want that.
You always want to upgrade a
Want that
cage.
cage.
So wide open design cage. His exhaust is Trinity. He's upgraded the front A-arms, special carriers for A-arms for the front, and then he has Super ATV for the rear. Again, like I said, he just upgraded some suspension components, and then he's rocking a super sweet pink hat He also wanted to make sure he had that in there as well.
That was a Dan Carter Racing hat that he had.
Yeah?
On. Yeah, the pink hat.
It was a very, very
You
pink
know,
hat.
if there's a cool hat out here, it's probably from the Dan Carter Racing / Jody.
My dad owned a car.
crew.
I owned a car lot, and he had always had very pink hats. It said Holtz Auto Sales and big letters on it. So anytime I see something like that, I kind of always think of my dad.
Find in a crowd.
And that's exactly what he said. We go to car shows. He's like, you can pick me out right away. And I'm like, yeah. But when you're 12, it's not so cool when your dad's wearing a neon pink hat, you know. But yes, we can always pick him out in a crowd.
Oh, dads are good for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Shelby, come on, get up the top. Again, he
is ripping through this course.
They were, oh, boy. They were beating Timmy, I heard, on the first course. So, again, Cheryl on the mic.
Come on, Cody.
Cheryl's on the mic. Back to the timer. She's screaming at him.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. He had a killer run going on the first one. Again, was beating Timmy, but I don't know if this will be fast enough. Shelby St. Clair said that just saw Zach on TikTok, and he was waiting to be stapled or glued back together.
Was Zach sitting in the emergency room making TikTok videos?
He is. They're waiting to staple him or glue his head back together.
Only Zach. All right, there's Cody Kaysen out the finish line. 1:53.855. He had a great run going and then ran into a little trouble coming up that last hill to the finish line. Right now, fastest time on course 2 for our Rock Life Off-Road Stock class is Justin Hoback and then Dan Carter. Justin with a 1:14, Dan with a 1:42, and now Cody with a 1:53.
Brandon Davis, Jay Stortz, and Daniel Heckley still go yet. Again, that's a very competitive field of racers.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and if you guys weren't watching earlier, then shout out to Cheryl. Since Zach is in the emergency room making TikTok videos, apparently Cheryl took over the microphone for all of our in-person spectators out here today, and she's doing an awesome job.
Crushing it right now.
Yeah, Clyde, we should give her the microphone more often.
Did you hear it, Clyde? Did you hear her yelling, back up, just back to the finish line? Like, I'm like, I like that.
She showed up with her own spreadsheet printed out with the drivers so she can keep track of their points and times and everything. Like, she already had that ready to go.
That is when you know you are a serious competitor. When you have pre-printed out and names filled out sheets according to what was online that she could write times in. She's on it.
Hashtag racewife.
Yes, that is true. And
Rebecca Bacon used to do that too.
Yeah, I believe that.
She knew it. She knew more than we did at any given time.
I totally believe that. I could see Cheryl being like, "No, your points on this person are wrong." Like, "Oh, okay, Cheryl." Yeah.
Tiffany says, Matt Holt, what is your goal for this season?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
All right,
obviously, I finished 14th last season, so I'd like to try to finish a little better than that, you know?
Yeah, like top 10?
Top 10 would be nice.
Okay.
Top 10.
Let's be sure to note, this is Jay Stortz out there on the course. Jay and then Daniel Heckley is also joining us today. This is their first season running in a UTV class. We're used to seeing both of them in a bouncer, but they were walking around the course earlier, and we were catching up, and Jay's like, well, I'm here on Fridays anyway.
Might as well.
I like driving around. I like the racers. Might as well get out here and race it.
And it's obviously a lot of fun. It's a good chance to get out there, shake things up. This course is pretty rough. As you guys watching him drop in, it's oh, come on!
Oh, no.
Oh.
So the stock class was something we added for last season, and it's still growing. And now we've got the VIN class, the UTV youth class this season, and so we're looking forward to both of those, as well as our UTV stock class continuing to grow. And we also split the RC classes into both a metal and a plastic class. So we've got some changes for the year, and hopefully all of these changes are just going to be able to bring that many more people and a whole new
plethora of drivers.
A whole new demographic of drivers from both for the youth and then in the VIN class. Just continue to grow.
And
grow what we have.
Jay getting it flipped back over. I'm going to be honest. I've told the drivers in the VIN class that is probably I'm more excited to watch them race than watch my own self race.
When they said stock class, they took it seriously.
Watch your own self race.
Yeah, for real. I'm so excited because, again, we kind of talked a little bit about earlier. Stock class is kind of like where we all started. We all started with like a clapped out Cherokee or a beat up old Toyota, just going out, having a good time. You know, not maybe less caring involved with the rig. And, you know, how much can you tear up on a $300 Cherokee? Not a lot. Not a lot. So we kind of started that with the heart, get some guys out, have some fun with it. Again, unfortunately, it's on Friday just because we can only do so much racing on Saturday. So Friday it is, so I know it's kind of hard for some people to get off work. We love to see some guys get out there and have fun in a Cherokee or Toyota, so go to Facebook Marketplace, hop on your local Facebook Marketplace, buy a Cherokee or a Toyota. You can even buy a full body. We got a guy racing a 1-ton 87 Chevy, 1-ton
The
pickup
sky's
truck.
the limit.
So you can race anything. I mean, he obviously set a pretty quick time on the first course. You can run up to a 38-inch DOT tire, which is a little bit bigger than like a lot of the other series. You can run up to a 35-inch DOT. Ours, you can run up to a 38-inch DOT just because we do have some big drop-ins. We have some big rocks. There are some safety standards you need to follow. So if you want to hop on our website, nationalrockracingseries.com, you can hop on there, check out some of our safety standards, and look at our schedule to find out exactly what races you can be at. Pick the closest one, get a buddy, build a beater, come on out. I know James Cantrell's probably chomping the bit. Like he's kind of very notorious for building a rugged type Jeep to come out.
Next we have
Full
Mr.
body.
Daniel Hackley.
Back around the corner. Hey, Clyde, I think we need to update our lighting system in here.
Well,
Add that to the list. Lights. Updating the lights. Yeah,
Yeah.
but look at us.
that's because the sun's starting to set now.
We look like we're in a witness protection video.
What's up, Nate Holt? Nate said some of us got to work on Fridays.
Sucks for you.
Yeah, it does. That does.
No, we wish that everybody could be here
Yes.
at the same time and make it work, but unfortunately with
Yeah.
the classes that we have expanded to and trying to have something for everybody. I mean, there's only so many hours in the day on
It is.
Saturdays.
And I've
So,
seen my brother drive some pretty clapped out rigs to podiums before. So I'm going to see if we can't get me and him in one at some point this season. Get him off work on a Friday.
Team Holt.
You got Team Holt coming down, putting it on the podium for the stock class.
There you go.
He's the kind of guy that we probably
All
both have
right,
to
y'all-
take turns.
Nathan, you better make some plans and
The vehicle would not be the same after, nor would the course probably. After Jay Storch just ran, he rolled over. Was in said Zach, so
close
he
enough.
had a little bit of a fall this morning, so he got a little bit.
And all I heard, like Crystal starts yelling, and then people are just
They're gonna help somebody slid off. They're gonna help him back up, and then I come over and I'm like, they're not helping him
he's
back
at the
up.
bottom.
What's up, Jamie? Jamie's one of our side-by-side guys. Greg,
What's up, Greg Meadows?
Greg, tuning in from
Checking in.
Paintsville, Kentucky.
All right, so our next race will be March 4th and 5th at Windrock
Windrock,
in Tennessee, East Tennessee.
which is an awesome
Who's
park.
planning on making it out there
Yeah.
for that race? We
Good.
got anyone more, centrally or eastern
I say it's-
located?
That's a good park. You can go wheel. If you get tired of racing, you can always go wheel the park and get lost out there. That's how big
Windrock
it is.
has an insane trail system. How many? I always forget how many acres that park is.
It's like
70,000.
95,000 or something. It's
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
huge.
it's-
80,000, something huge.
It's a lot. One could easily get lost up there.
Somebody told me they have 2 general stores. That's how big the off-road
Yeah.
park is, and I was like, okay.
It's a cool place. So you can come and watch the racing, and then you can hit up the trails after or before, do some camping, however you want to do that. It'll
Yep.
be a fun time.
Hopefully a little warmer. It was 22 degrees this morning when I woke up, about 4 o'clock. So it's
Yeah.
a tad brisk,
Yeah.
and a little chilly.
But we had some beautiful sunshine
We did.
today, and
It did.
tomorrow's supposed to be in the 60s.
Yeah,
and
it's
sunny.
at like 50-ish today, then 60s tomorrow.
It's going to
so
be in the 80s here on Sunday
yeah, as we're driving
when
home
we're leaving.
back to Illinois. It was
so
funny.
close.
I started in Illinois and I was driving south, and the temperature just kept getting colder and colder.
Yes.
And I'm like, what is going on?
The first stop, it was like 50s in Tennessee when we left yesterday. We stopped in Arkansas and got out, and we had noticed that the RV was getting like colder and colder inside because the heat won't run like while you're, something to do with propane while you're running. And we opened the door and said he'll be set up at Windrock.
I got to, for those of you, I got to wheel with Wyatt a little bit last year at our charity event we did and had a black gracious. Let me ride around. And we had a great time. Like I said, we talked about some bolted tires. Where I'm from, we have a lot of mud, so we run boggers. So me and him had a really good time driving around and just had a blast.
Hot Springs, what
Yeah.
used to be called Super Lift, ORV in Hot Springs. And
And it was literally,
it was a little bit of racing and a lot of riding, and we had a lot of fun. I think we might be back there.
it was a good time. We had a lot of fun there. Just did a bunch of riding that morning, and like I said, it was a lot of fun.
All right, this is Daniel Heckley out there. Is that front driver's side tire?
Yes, it's a little bit of lean.
It's got a little more
Yes.
flexibility in it.
So him for dropping down that big, huge ledge with that lean in the front will probably be a little challenging. I think you're going to see him take it a little slower today. So we'll see how this goes. Again, he has a very bent front A-arm. I think they went and hammered on it to try to straighten it out, but
It's folding under.
It's not going well. It's just going to get worse. But you know what?
Tomorrow, so he's just as, he's here. He's got the razor. He said, let's just do it for fun.
Yeah. It again, I secretly was telling some people about it. Now it's okay. I think to announce it because I told him first. He's I think going to be one of the drivers I cannot wait to see this year, being that he's going to be in a very competitive rig that's durable yet fast. So I'm really excited to see him get out, and absolutely, I think he's going to be a driver to watch this year. He's really going to, again, as long as he can keep it together and not crash or wreck or roll over, I think he's going to be a driver that was going to just set this course on fire this year.
Right, and there's always a little bit of a learning curve whenever you get into a new buggy, and I don't know what kind of seat time he's had over the off season. I haven't really talked to him about that.
Yeah.
But I hear tell that the buggy he's in now is, okay. It's decent.
Yeah. It's
been known to win a race or two.
It's got a few championship wins under its belt. So
something about something Tim Cameron built.
Yeah, well, Timmy raced it, and then Brandon raced
starting tomorrow.
And is going to, I think, crush it this season.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be fun to watch for sure. We've got a lot of new, I say new and new to them buggies that our drivers have either built or swapped around this year or made modifications to.
Changes,
So the bouncer season will be exciting for sure. We'll be kicking that off tomorrow morning. Tomorrow we've also got the UTV Bounty class and our brand new UTV youth class. Those will all three be tomorrow as well.
That's got that pucker factor of 10. And
you
again,
think that was a 10?
I think that was, with the bent front A-arm,
okay.
That's, because that could fold under at any point.
He's coming around. This is right at around Zach's landing here. So this corner of the course here is just kind of starting to get a little bit of some negative feel over here.
Again, if you guys tuned in, this is our UTV stock class. We have a UTV, our unlimited class, Cup Series, and then after that, we'll wrap it up today with
a lot of bit longer.
So I am super excited to see the VIN class go. I don't know if Chip is down there cheering him on.
You're so close.
Oh. Yeah, it's
that razor's
it's
feeling it now.
Yeah, it's
He's yelling. Y'all hear him?
Yeah. What's up, Curtis Hazard? What's up,
He's
buddy?
just having a good time in there.
Again, I feel like this is comparable to our stock class for.
Come
on!
Gosh,
come on!
It hurts to watch that.
That is so brutal.
You're so close, yet so far away.
Yeah, Cheryl, you can hear. It's so close, so close,
but so far away.
So far away.
Backing up the hill.
I like Cheryl's commentary. She's doing a good job.
She's doing a great job.
What's up, Curtis? Cooper says he thinks he'll make it to Windrock.
Yeah, it'd be a good time.
Tyler Heinzel, let's see, planning to be just not racing. Well, we'll just take you out there spectating either way.
Take it out and have a good time.
Come on, Daniel.
Do some trail riding, hop in somebody else's buggy or rig, and go out and goof around a little bit. I'll say it's 4:17. My brother must have just got off work, and that's why he's tuning in to check us all out. I know he has a big screen in the shop, so I'm sure tomorrow he'll be working in the shop cheering us on.
Yes.
Come on, pick that line. I say if he has the right line, he might be able to squeak it up the hill.
It is.
Come on.
We are going to try the old backing her in.
I say it might be able to back it up the hill. We'll see.
Anybody would like driving lessons? Chastity Heffley is available for hire.
His axle shaft? I can't. I can't see it. Taylor says it's laying out there on the hill, though. Oh yeah.
Come on, get up there.
Daniel's first time racing in a UTV class.
Let's go. Not happening.
Oh man.
Oh. I say we let Clyde said he just ran out of time, but I say we just let him go.
Kaysen is down there cheering him on.
Cody,
keep going.
Oh,
come on.
Just drag that tire.
Oh,
that thing's just like an anchor at this point.
Yeah, that stinks. Oh, he's out of time.
Oh man.
Oh
yeah, there's that. There it is.
Man, that stinks.
That Perryville Mafia.
They were giving her heck today. One rolled over, one broke. Like it's been a heck of a day.
Remind me not to let them drive my Razor.
Yeah. 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 I don't know. I've seen you and your dad.
Not like I've never tried to finish a race with only 3 wheels still attached either.
Yeah, I'll say I've seen you and your dad send Big Booty Judy, your 4-seater, the Rancher 5000, out there airing it out on the short course section.
Man, I was on lap 18.
Yes.
And it was it. That was the last one. That was the final lap of the day.
And
Dad and I were both racing in separate classes. We did qualifying laps. We did practice laps. That was the last one of the day, and she just couldn't do it.
And that's what I was going to tell people. Like, you don't realize they had to do qualifying laps. They had to do pre-runs, semifinals. They had to work their way up to the final rounds, and then your dad ran it first.
Yeah, it was like an all-day affair. We
And
didn't
then
really
you
know
ran
what
it.
we were signing up
So
for.
it's on like lap 298 of the day when you're on your final lap. You know, like people don't realize how much run time you get at a race like that.
We
you
thought
know?
it would just be kind of low key because it wasn't one of the invite-only races at Visions. It was, you could just anyone could sign up, and I was like, man, we kind of just thought it would be pretty more laid back. Man, we
Super
showed up
fun.
to the drivers' meeting, and these people were like serious.
Oh.
I pull up. I drew the number 1 spot somehow and had to like lead the line of cars
Oh, my goodness.
out the pits and up to the staging area at the top of all these girls are lining up because it was a women's class, and they've got all these like souped up, race ready, and I'm over there in our stock 4-seater.
Yep. Yeah.
But man, it was fun. I'm like trying to beat them to the corner, at that first, and I got like squeezed out, and then someone's fender fell off and was in the middle of the course.
Forever.
So every time you come over the hill, you had to watch out for this huge piece of plastic laying in. Oh man, so yeah, it was a lot of fun though. Poor Judy, we knew why everyone else had mud flaps after that race.
It was fun
Literally
watching.
had holes in the wheels from the rocks.
Yeah, it was fun just watching you guys race, just from a spectator standpoint.
We tried.
Again, you don't see a lot of like Rancher 5000s out there, putting it to it. I was like, they haul hay with this Monday through Friday, so
we're like, it's out here, we might as well race it.
Yeah, it's a good time. You
It
guys
was
did
fun.
good.
All right, I think we're gonna go to a quick commercial while they work on getting Daniel out of there. We'll see y'all in a minute.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
And we're back. We're just getting Daniel Heckley pulled off course. He had his some slight breakage down on the course. Kind of folded an A-arm under, but obviously it kind of shows how violent that course is. Again, they're running stock A-arms on a lot of these vehicles, so a lot of stock components out there thrashing on it. So he is trying to get it through. Couldn't even throw it in reverse. Tried backing up the hill. Finally timed out, but he was.
It was fun watching him try, though.
He was giving it all she had.
So we have one driver left, CV Unlimited Cup class. round 2, and then we've also got bouncers and UTV youth, our new class, another new class for the season.
Nate said the Pioneer would have made it. My brother has a Honda Pioneer that we use for hauling. Like, we do a lot right there for your horses before, so it's kind of hard to compare a race rig versus something you're going to either, throw a chainsaw back or haul hay for your horses with. Like, you actually use yours as a utility vehicle.
Yeah.
So.
But then when an opportunity comes along and you got that need for speed.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff happens. All right, Brandon Davis on the line. Brandon representing for that Can-Am Mafia this weekend. I noticed and mentioned earlier, our stock class today has quite a variety in it. We've got the 4-seater, we've got an RS1, we've got the Can-Am, we've got some the full-body razors. So
4 doors. We got a full body 4-door 4-seater.
We got a little bit of everything out here today in our stock class.
It's snowing back at home. It started snowing yesterday afternoon. Jet Harper said Jet Harper's in Southern Illinois, so he's the other Illinois racer. Me and him, my brother. So we're the whole hold it down for Illinois. And he said, "Yeah, you're missing all this great weather, snow and cold weather back home." I'm like, yeah, I'm not really missing it.
All right, Middle Tennessee got dumped on like 6 inches of snow, and we hardly ever get that much snow. Like, it was crazy. I don't know if you saw any of the pictures I posted from our snow day, but it was beautiful.
Yes, I did see.
But then I was ready for it to like be gone because then all we get is ice. And I don't know if you guys know, but people in Tennessee don't know how to drive on snow and ice, and it's just a mess.
Yeah, you get a little bit of that in Illinois too. Some of the guys that are late for work and don't realize it's icy outside.
Literally, people will clear out grocery store shelves.
Yes.
It's not even like a joke. Like, that happens where I'm from.
All the bread is gone. I'm like,
if you just hear that it might snow.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing with all this bread?
Yeah, it's gone.
He is zooming through that. Cheryl over there cheering him on.
Brandon had our second fastest time from course 1. He was right behind Cody Kaysen. Cody did have an unfortunate hang-up this time around his course, so he had a little bit slower time than I'm sure he was looking to get this time around.
And Brandon is hauling right now. He went right through that water, came up, and he's going to make quick time.
We don't call him Mr. Consistency for nothing, and Brandon's racing this.
Yep, we got to go. Oh, come on. Come on.
So in the Cup class on course 1, he had steering issues and took out the flag and timer at the finish line. He did get... Class said no flag, so he did get a penalty in the Cup class for a flag, but not this time around. 1:34.646. That is a second fastest time. That means Justin Hoback.
Yeah.
And the 4-seater had the fastest time on course 2 here in the Rock Life Off-Road stock class, followed by Brandon Davis, then Dan Carter, Cody Kaysen, and we had Jay Storts and Daniel Heckley were both DNFs.
For hill number 2, we have Hoback.
That might put Brandon up there for the lead for today.
I think Cheryl's going over the points right now.
Okay.
Third place is going to be Dan Carter.
Okay.
With 44 points.
She already has the point totals
Yeah,
up.
she's up there keeping track of points and stuff.
I think the points are for this course, not for the day. Although, she probably knows the points for the day,
She had that spreadsheet.
Yeah, I'm sure she already has it ready to go.
We should bring her up here.
Yeah, we should get her up here. Billy McGrath says it's 8 degrees and calling for 4 to 6 inches of snow in northern Michigan.
Ew.
40-mile-an-hour winds. High five, we're not there right now.
That sounds terrible. I was in Wisconsin like 2 weeks ago, though. We were snowmobiling. We did like 80 miles in one day. And I stepped off the snowmobile trail, like, towards the woods, and I sunk in, like, halfway up my thigh in snow. And I have never been in snow that deep in my life.
You're like,
and I was like,
help me.
What on earth? And I had to walk through that a little bit.
I said
that was a lot of work.
We get some pretty good snows in Illinois, but I don't think we've ever had, like 36 inches.
It was insane.
Yeah,
and I'm not a short person, so for it to be up over my knees, I just like took one step and went down and looked at my dad, and I was like,
yeah.
What is this?
It looked like you guys had a good time.
We did. It was awesome. We did snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, broom ball, snowmobiling. That was the main reason. We have, my whole family's from Wisconsin originally. I was born and raised in Tennessee. Everyone else from up there, so we have friends and family up there still. So go up there and visit them.
I said, it looked like a good time.
It was. It was fun. It was fun to try the snowmobile.
Yeah, I think that's. I have some friends that go up there and they rent snowmobiles and go out and ride for a couple days, and it looks like a blast.
Yep.
So,
All unofficial.
Cheryl down there. These are all unofficial.
All unofficial, if I'm saying it. Todd can say it.
I haven't been able to quite catch everything she's saying well enough. Otherwise, I would relay it to you guys.
Yeah, she's she can get a little ornery too. Her and she's sitting, I think, between two Holback wives. Heckley's wives. Yeah. Jay Stort's and Daniel Heckley's wives.
Heckley and a
Stort's.
Well, they're
Yeah, so that's
two Heckleys.
Yeah, two Perryville Mafia wives.
There you go.
Yeah.
Travis says they're in central Wisconsin.
Again, still very cold up there, I'm sure, right now.
Yeah, it was like 19 the day we did the snowmobiling. I was in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. And then it might have been in the single digits the first day we got there.
Yeah, that's
it was
too
chilly.
Yeah, that's too cold to have fun.
It was fun to actually have like winter activities where you could, like snowshoeing,
Yeah.
strap them on and you can just go, anywhere you want out there in the woods and stuff. And it was beautiful. In Tennessee, when it snows, it's just like it's not fun.
A little blurry.
It just kind of usually
Yeah.
just turns into ice. We end up with the slushy snow
That's
and
true.
then it's just ice.
So we get decent snows in Illinois. I said it had less and less since I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, we used to get a bunch of big snows,
Okay,
but
so your
not so much anymore.
finishing
But
order for the
we do
UTV
get some
stock
snows.
class is first place is Justin Hoback.
'Kay.
Second place, Brandon Davis. Third place, Cody Kaysen. Fourth place, Dan Carter. Fifth place, Jay Shorts. And sixth place, Daniel Heckley.
I think that's your.
Was that for the day?
I think that's for the day.
Did Cheryl just round it all up for the day?
And your first driver for that
Was that for the day?
will be
I think so.
Tyler Bradley.
So
You-
Justin won?
In the UCV Performance sponsored
Yeah,
series
we probably
for
should
this
put
race.
that here. Okay, we'll mention that. So first place, Justin Holback. Second place, Brandon Davis. Third place, Cody Kaysen. Fourth place, Dan Carter. Fifth and sixth were Jay Stewart and Daniel Heckley. They both had a DNF, so they kind of round out
So
the
that's
bottom of the
overall, though. So Justin, nice.
Justin Holback coming in
in
with the first
in
place.
the four-seater. That's right.
I know, which
Represent.
It's awesome. Yeah, I brought my own four-seater out here. Takes first place for the day.
And on a course like this, too.
And had the fastest time of all the on course 2, set the fastest time of all day.
Yep.
So
Good for him.
You have to kind of appreciate that in the stock class.
And then Brandon was second place, and Cody Kaysen was third place. Those are your top three for the Rockcliffe Off-Road UTV stock class.
And that also is really nice too, because I know the Heckleys, Holbacks both come out and help out, do a lot with helping the course. They do our starting line. They have been really, really helpful. Do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Just doing checks. They run sometimes they'll have the kill switch. So they do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that nobody sees, and they don't get necessarily a lot of great gratitude for that.
Justin has the new safety checklist for all the
Yes.
drivers. That was his idea to bring those out, and so shout out to him for just helping us stay on top of safety and starting line and everything like he usually does, but also, just taking it above and beyond another step and adding to that layer of safety that we have out here already.
And again, like I said, he had a list of some of the rules, and they were going through it. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever even sat down and read all of our rules.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the website and stuff, but a lot of people really don't take the time. So
Yeah.
I think, they think they know, but there might be one in there that they're like, oh, I haven't actually. So I think it's great to have that out here. And if you weren't watching earlier and you missed us talking about this, we have a new safety checklist that all the drivers get at the drivers meeting and have to sign it, that they are aware of all the requirements and meet all the requirements. And if they don't, to write it in there. And if it's something we can work with, then we will. If it's not something that's a truly danger factor. And then, make sure they get it for next time.
Yeah.
So.
And again, one of our suppression system things we talked about, a lot of guys have already implemented them because of last year. So we went ahead and now they're recommended for the 2022 season. We are going to require them for the 2023 season. And again, it's a pretty $750 to $1,000 initial onset of the investment of the system. You possibly alive. not really that big of a deal, you know. So
yeah, and that's something like you said. It's strongly encouraged for this season, required for next season. So that gives everyone a whole year to figure out how to implement that and work it into your budget. You know, if you need to, and be able to keep racing in the meantime, but definitely with an eye towards just taking a step up in safety even more. I think we're ready to move into the RCV Unlimited Cup class. I am not sure who we have on the starting line this time around. Clay Kaysen had the fastest time on course 1 with a 96. Tim Cameron with a 104.
Beat Timmy by almost full 8 seconds there, so
sponsored by RCV Performance.
We'll see if he can't hold on to that win.
Texas. We have Mr. Clint
Shelby St. Clair says it's going to be 20 degrees tonight in Bridgeport. You can take. We don't need to hear that.
All right, Clint Garrison out there.
Ken, Clint Garrison was sitting in 3rd place, I believe, from the first course.
Yep.
He's running the Travis Skelton buggy. Travis would absolutely sling that buggy down hills. I also used to watch him it's almost like an uncontrollable free fall, you know, as he was just like pinballing from one side to the other.
It was kind of right on that ragged edge.
It was scary.
Out of control, but his old 427, I think we decided it was.
Somebody in the live feed will mention
having
that.
trouble remembering the numbers, but the old Skelton buggy that Clint is racing, and he raced it last season, so. Shelby St. Clair said any racer that doesn't have a suppression system yet can send him a PM. So there you go, guys. You can check with Shelby. There's several different resources for you guys to go to for that.
I said there's the Fire Aid came out and did a demo for us, which was super cool. He kind of sprayed first he lit it on fire, a little rag on fire, and then he sprayed the stuff with it and showed how he basically held it on the rag. And he goes, "That's pretty safe stuff." Sprayed it on his hand and started trying to put this open flame on his hand from a small blowtorch. And I was like, "Okay, I believe it." You know, it was he kind of sold me. And
that Fire Aid's good stuff.
Yeah, he kind of described how it worked. It was really neat. And again, like I said, sold a lot of the smaller aerosol cans that we can run in the bouncer already. You know, and that way everybody has them on the course, which is nice. Again, Clint making pretty good time right now. Again, he had a 1 bouncing through. You can see how violent.
120.388.
And he has it was almost a fall off right now. It's leaned in at about a link bar, but it's definitely not doing good.
We've been talking on video. Things don't look either as steep or as, and the amount of carnage that we're seeing on here.
He's heading to the line. We're seeing a lot of bent parts today. Again, this is a stock class. So a lot of these guys are running quote-unquote stock A-arms, stock links.
Well, this is our cup class, so.
Oh, okay, the cup class.
I mean, well, it was stock class that we have seen the carnage so far.
We have 2 or 3 guys that ripped A-arms or bent them.
Now it's creeping into the cup class, too.
And those are aluminum ones, too, so I'm kind of surprised. See what he broke? Do what? Yeah, by what, 2 weeks from now on our next race? Yeah, I'm sure. Well, it makes sense to go ahead if you once you break something in a stock class. Once you break it, then you upgrade. You don't have to throw a bunch of money in a vehicle right away. Again, that's one reason I'm promoting our VIN class coming up later today. It's going to be a great time. Again, I get work. Okay, that's my new shale spiel for the VIN class. Come on down to Matt's Facebook Marketplace. We'll put you in something today. You know, we need to do that.
Sounds like you grew up on a car lot.
Go figure.
Savannah wants to know what he broke. I guess we were cutting out a little bit again. It looks like maybe a link bar, Savannah, on the rear.
Here at Bridgeport Off-Road Park. All the issues with the steering.
Tim Cameron ready to rock and roll. He had the second fastest time on course 1.
Here we go.
We'll see what he does. I don't know. He had the he got beat by almost a little over 8 full seconds. So we'll see if you can't pick up some time.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a little surprising.
It was. Timmy's usually but there's so many rocks. I think his plan I think was to play it safe, make a smooth run, get some points on the board. Because it's such a violent course. I mean, there's so many rocks. You're just kind of bouncing off stuff, dropping in. And again, that ledge looks. These guys make it look so easy. That's like 10, 12 feet right there. That's pretty violent.
Through the red flow flag.
Then a bunch of
and into the rock garden.
rocks there. That's pretty violent. We'll see if he can't. Again, looks like he's making pretty good work of it. Obviously,
I was gonna call that the Radflow rock section, but really the whole course is.
It is.
The Radflow rock section, then the Raceland rock section.
Yeah, it's
Timmy through the
making quick work of it.
Then the Mickey Thompson rock section, and then the
Yeah.
what other rock section?
Uh-oh, he's getting hung up a little bit there. Again, there's some big rocks right there. So knowing at what line to pick could shave off quite a bit of time, or could help you not get hung up. Again, he's flying through there now. We'll see. He's definitely not wasting time. See if he's going to try to pick up that first place win for the day. Like I said, he finished second on the first course, so he really needs to put in a first place run on this course. We'll see.
Coming
see
around
what
the
he can
bottom
do.
of Zach's landing there. All he has left is this last hill.
Yeah, you can see it just kind of bouncing around in there. Uh-oh.
He's got one broken out too.
Come
Looked
on,
like
he
a
needs to get
Ben
through the finish line. Wow.
1:03.432.
So here's what's crazy. He ran a 104.626 on his first course and a 103.432 on the second one. Almost the exact same time. He shaved off about a second and looks like busted an A-arm.
And we have another
I try to see if you can see behind me here.
tire leaning the wrong
You
direction.
can see.
There you go.
Can you see him? Again, you can see some guys checking it out. There's
That.
Chip McLaughlin over there.
Right there.
Here, throw our laptop
I
down there.
can't see with the light reflecting off of there.
Uh,
Oh, there you go.
You can see kind of Timmy's went ahead and took his helmet off. Check it out. Luckily, he's only about, I don't know, a quarter mile from where the trailer's at, and it's a smooth ride and built side by side, so he's pretty good at knowing what's going on. So, okay. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Yeah, they're going to check it out. I don't know if he can limp it back to the trailer or he'll have to replace some parts. I know that he had another. I seen one of his pictures on Nike's Snapchat where he had somebody else's rig. Clint Garrison, maybe? Did he hold Clint Garrison's rig here?
I think
Yes.
they did travel together.
I
yeah.
remember seeing like there's his little buggy or a big bouncer, and there's like a blue one wedged in on top of there, and there's like another buggy behind it. So I was like, and he had tagged somebody else in it. So I thought,
Yeah,
wow,
they drove together.
which is super awesome. I love seeing when guys put 2 rigs on a trailer or 2 rigs in a trailer. It helps. You can split fuel that way, and it makes it a lot more affordable. My first year, I started out doing a team. Me and my brother, Nate Holt, and Sean Cross put a team together and raced a rock bouncer called Joe Dirt. Raced it the first year because none of us could afford to do it time-wise or financial-wise. So we put a team together, did it. We all took turns racing it and braking. So we had a good time. I also tell stories how I also sold plasma that year to get some gas money to be able to make it to the races. So we did kind of make it work. So I know that a lot of times Nick talks about it in his show. A lot of guys think that we're all big, super rich guys that have loads, just big bags of money sitting around to race these guys. And I've been at shows or had been at expos with the bouncers behind me and be like, man, I wish I was rich like you. And I'm like, if you only knew. like I was eating like peanut butter jelly sandwiches on the way here, bro. Like pre-made, pre-bagged peanut butter jelly sandwiches. All my friends are going out eating steak every night. I'm hey guys, what's up? I got my peanut butter jelly.
Anybody want some bologna?
You want to share a Lunchable? I got ham and cheese. So.
Oh, no, my phone's about 5%.
Uh-oh.
We might need to share
Sure.
yours.
Yeah, we can use my iPhone cord to charge it. Oh.
Right now we have Daniel
Oh.
Beckley
Ha,
talking
ha,
to us
ha,
about his
ha.
cars.
Somebody got
Daniel,
jokes
what
today.
I did. So Bree doesn't run an iPhone.
Matt might end up at the bottom of Zach's landing pretty soon, too.
That's awesome.
You guys might have noticed the web network of orange caution tape that we
Yes.
had around the corner there on that shot of Timmy's buggy.
Yes.
That's because of Zach.
Yeah, that's
Right
where
there.
Zach. Right there's where
We
Zach.
blocked off all of it.
That's a point
Yes.
for old
Yeah.
Wilson, who was not able to attend today. So they get 5
All right, I'm
points
shutting her
for
down,
Brandon
Matt. Can we
Defeat.
share yours?
Yeah. Yep.
We
Right here.
talked to
I got
Andrew
5%
Leader,
left.
it's a
I'm
big
gonna
deal.
try and
He
keep
needs
it.
points.
Good. We got about half this class left, and then we have our VIN class, which
Looks
again,
like we're waiting
I'm
for
probably more
recovery.
excited for VIN than anything out here, just because it's so much fun. It's kind of good old boys. Run what you brung.
Cooper Bentley some points.
Okay. Dan Carter just drove through for Cooper Bentley, so we're going to get him a time. And he'll get some points on the board, so that's important. Again, Texas being such a long drive for, obviously Illinois drivers. If you're in Eastern Tennessee or Eastern Kentucky, it is such a long drive, coming to Texas. So a lot of guys will have somebody else drive through to break the beam for them, get them some points on the board.
Oh, if you're in Middle Tennessee, it's such a long drive.
Okay, and Tyler Bradley just drove the beam for Wyatt Wilson. Again, getting Wyatt Wilson some points here. Where's Wyatt Wilson out of? He Tennessee?
No, I don't think so. I thought, is he not Kentucky?
I'm not sure. He might be Kentucky. Jay Stort's over there checking out his rig. I think, that's his new side-by-side stock. He said everything's on its stock except the tree kickers. He's like, that's all stock. So first he told me it was all stock, and I said, well, there's tree kickers. He said, well, okay, other than tree kickers, it's all stock. So that's what I think is kind of cool to see a stock class. Like, we bought it here, we're here to party, So, again, he has his new big bouncer called Ford Play. Again, I make sure pronunciation is key there. Ford Play. It's obviously a Ford Power Big Rock bouncer, so excited to see him bring that out and get a little wild and crazy with it. Part of that Perryville Mafia crew.
Wyatt is Kentucky. All right.
Wyatt
is
right.
Okay. Usually Kentucky's a good guess.
Yeah.
For most
Kentucky.
of these drivers.
Yeah, between Kentucky and Tennessee, that's like half our drivers right there.
Leo?
I'll say me and my brother and Wyatt Wilson, the only three guys from Illinois. Well, I guess
is Paul,
big bouncer.
Where's Paul from?
He is from Illinois. He's a side-by-side driver. He's somewhere down St. Louis. He's real close. He's in Alton, Illinois. It's right outside Alton, Illinois. We always just say he's from Alton because Alton's a pretty good-sized town there that everybody kind of knows if you're near the St. Louis area.
Gotcha.
So they live pretty close to St. Louis. Him and his brother Nathan and Paul both race side-by-sides. They do pretty well. I say Paul raced King of Hammers this year. Did pretty well.
Yeah, looked like it.
He finished third, I think, overall. Him and Travis Skelton, actually.
Yeah.
Travis said, Paul's first time ever driving. Travis's Skelton, first time ever being at King of Hammers, so he co-drove. And I think they finished 6th or 8th or something in side-by-side class. It was awesome to see him out there. He finished first place on the first stage of the shootout. So that was kind of – so, yeah. Okay.
All right, we got
your rig is basically all stock.
Yes, completely stock.
So
stock wheels and tires, stock suspension, stock A-arms, everything, radius rods. But now it's all bent and ready for an upgrade.
Yeah,
so I said I wasn't going to upgrade until it broke or bent, and now we're ready.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Race number 1.
Yeah, that's all right.
Tell me about today's course.
It was rough, brutal, a lot of rocks, which is fine. I mean, I like it. Not sure I wanted to start the season off like that, but that's all right. It's fun. I started, got fourth on the first hill. I believe I was sitting in fourth after hill 1, and thought I'd take a different line for hill 2. I need to make up some time and try to get on the podium, and got a little air coming off of that.
I
think I skipped a ledge.
Right.
Yeah,
I think I skipped a ledge and
and
nailed the front left and folded it under. So, but it is what it is. It's racing. Now we'll upgrade and we'll be back. Hopefully, I'm here on Fridays anyways usually, so I figured we might as well race the stock class. I like driving razors and not really into hill killing on the razors. I done been down that with the girls and kids and just it's part after part. But the stock class usually isn't as bad as the unlimited. So
it's a lot of fun.
It is fun.
Like I said, you're already here. You might as well have a good time.
I'm here, and it gives me. I know it doesn't make sense, but it gives me a little bit of outlook for Saturday, for the big buggy. I know we're not racing the same stuff, but I'm working, trying to focus on reaction time, being quicker, figuring out turns. I know it's a different machine, total different courses, but just reaction time.
It still hones those instincts and abilities for when you're in there and have to, like you said, react quickly to something. So.
And Tim Cameron says it all the time. He said there's no seat time like race seat time.
Yeah, so, I could strap in at the house. I could, I put my helmet on, I drive my buggy at the house and everything, and, I got a couple little ledges and a little bit through the woods, but there's no timers, so it doesn't. I can't.
It's different.
I need to. Honestly, I think God needs to buy a set of timers, set up a course, have somebody video. That way, you go back and see. Hey, where can I make up time? Where am I messing up? Where can I make up time?
What did I do wrong? Where can I improve?
Yeah. So I'm not sure I'll ever do that. I think we raced like 9 weeks in a row.
And
then 15 or 14 out of the first 16.
Your time for that was like the last 3 months.
Well, we had to get the buggy back together. But
It's hard to squeeze it all in. Hey, what did you think of watching Daniel's run?
Daniel is crazy, so he don't stop either until the buggy completely stops. He ain't stopping. So
yeah, I say it. A lot of people in the life, you're like, you can do it, buddy. They're cheering him on.
Yeah,
especially when you see the A-arm kind of hanging underneath the vehicle.
Right. Daniel's a good driver. I beat him today, probably for one of the very first times.
I was hoping he was going to actually be able to back up the hill.
I was too, just because it'd be cool.
Just because it'd be cool.
Yeah, all good. So we razz each other a bit, but we cheer each other on. We want the best for each other. So.
And again, being your son-in-law also helps a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And again, part of that Perryman Mafia crew, there's about half a dozen guys come out and cheer each other on, help out,
Right.
But you don't even have to be from the same town. I mean, if you needed a bolt or I need something.
Absolutely.
Pretty much all the guys in our sport are really because I tell everybody, I don't race you. I race the time clock. I don't care what your time is.
Yep.
If I have this is my idea of a good time and I set a good time, I'm happy that day.
Right.
Doesn't matter where I finish on the podium. It could be a really horrible time for everybody else. But if I did faster than I've ever ran on that course or I complete something I've never always rolled over and broke on. So that to me really means a lot. So it's kind of cool to see guys out running side by side. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. So and I got the Ranger here always with the tools for everybody to use. It's there for everybody.
I have many times.
So
borrowed a spare tire before.
Yeah, whatever.
And
yes.
You guys are the stars of this episode, I guess. So what?
No, not at all. Not at all. I tried to be just normal as could be. He actually went to work. All good.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch when it comes out.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. Like I said, you see a lot of racers. You see it's so much cooler to get to see the backstory of,
Yeah, we left out Wednesday. We got on the road about 2:00 to head down, and then we met up with Tim Cameron, Clint Garrison, and Brandon Cheryl Davis. Daniel and I usually travel together probably 99% of it. Yeah. So we met up somewhere there in Arkansas and sat down, had a good steak meal. Or no, we had Mexican actually.
Yeah.
Timmy likes Mexican.
Oh, he does. He loves it. And I love Mexican too. So that's
we
good.
had a Mexican meal, then we drove a little bit further, and then we went and stayed in Walmart parking lot and camped out there, then headed on. And the wind was brutal. This is the worst travel that I've ever had.
Yesterday.
It was like work driving. I mean, I was holding on to that wheel, and I'd be fine. Then all of a sudden, it'd just be boom.
I was riding with Justin Hoback. He was like, I feel like I'm flying a plane right now.
It was horrible, That's what it felt like, turbulence everywhere. So.
Especially when there's like a semi on one side and road construction on the other. You're just kind of white-knuckling it through those,
It was insane.
So, but it is what it is, and we made it here, and we didn't get to come in the gate last night, but we found a nice spot down there for the four of us to park, so it was all good.
It looked fancy, like you designed that spot for you guys. I pull in, I'm in a Snapchat, I'm like, oh, yeah, here's all the big dogs of sport all lined up,
I woke up at like 2:00 this morning. It was cold as heck in the RV. Dude. It was horrible. And I'm like, Cheryl, it's cold. And she said, okay. I get up and turn the furnace up. Well, about 45 minutes later, I wake up and I'm like, man, it's freezing. I stepped out of the bed and got up and it was blowing cold air.
Oh, no.
Well, the LP said it was full with
Mr. Brandon Davis.
daylight. I went outside and checked the tank outside. It was empty.
Oh,
so we had to drive to town and get gas this morning. I drove to town and got gas.
It was cold last night.
Yeah. It was 52 degrees in the RV.
Oh, gosh. You snuggle really close.
Yeah.
Baby, I really love you.
But, all right, guys. Well, we'll be back tomorrow and hit the big hills with the big buggy. I got Ford play here, and hopefully she's sitting on kill. We're ready.
I see that.
I sent it a little bit too hard last weekend. We had some stuff to do and fix up. But
did you break anything last week?
Bent the steering arm, busted the radiator, dented in the oil pan pretty good. So.
What did you hit?
So we're hoping to
you didn't see the videos?
No.
Kind of rolled.
Not that one.
Hit it and rolled around to the cartwheel with like a self kick there.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. So
a whole gymnastics routine. Huh?
Yeah, Hawk Pride. I think Holden still got me beat whenever he did it.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Yeah,
he did like a triple gainer off the back flip.
I think that was the most insane flip I've ever seen.
I think in a rock bounce, I don't think I've seen much for that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Can see you tomorrow.
With us.
So two racers
okay, we got Brandon Davis on the line.
And Brandon is
Can you turn me down a little more?
ready to go. Let's go, Brandon.
Cheryl says, let's go, Brandon. Any way you want to take that. All right, so Brandon on course 1 for the RCV Cup class had a little collision with the flag and the timer at the finish line, so he didn't get a great time with that flag penalty. So I know he's had some steering issues today, and that was part of the reason that he did run over the flag.
Yeah, he lost steering. And again, just running the same exact side-by-side, for stock and for the Unlimited Cup. So that side-by-side is getting a massive workout today.
This is its 4th time around this course.
So it is taking an absolute beating
today. And this is a really rough course to be on multiple times.
He's going to have to make some upgrades after this weekend, I think. A-arms are gonna be bleeding by
Everyone's
the end of the weekend.
A-arms are hurting today.
Oh, I'm sure. It's taken quite a bit of abuse. Yeah, he had some steering issues, again, like I said, right when he came up and caught that flag. It looks like he's struggling a little bit now.
Yeah, you can.
Again, still trying to get through there. Again, trying to get some of the finishing points. That's one of the crucial things is how you finish plays out big time in this series. So even if he does lose steering, he comes in last place. That's still a lot more points than if he just ends up with a DNF for the day. So granted, some of those drop-ins are kind of sketchy with not having real great steering, but
I think he's passed all the drop-ins now at this point in the course. Well, he's got one more to come into the bottom of Zach's landing down here.
And it's not too bad of a drop-in. There's enough ledges to where you kind of just skim
that one's
down
just
it.
more of a steep hill.
Yeah, it's again looks like he's taking his time. Is there something sticking out of the front end?
I think it was just a stick because I
Okay.
saw that too, though.
Okay.
I think he just ran over some stick.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a stick. Hopefully it's just a stick sticking out of the front end there. Might have picked up some debris, depending on his course layout. It is a stick, okay. You have a little better quality view than we have. Again, Brandon running the full body. I know he has an aftermarket cage, but running that stock class.
He's down Zach's fall. He's going to come up.
All right, he's kind of easing around the bottom here. He just wants to be able to finish this last lap for the day. Doing what he can with his limited steering that he seems to be having.
Come on, get up there. Come on.
And
there we go.
Far
Out
away
the
from
top,
the flag and the
get
timer.
it done. See what his time is. 159.002 for Brandon Davis.
002. He did not improve his first run.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a 157 with his penalty on the first run.
Yeah, that was with a 30-second penalty.
And a 159 on the second without a penalty.
Oh,
so,
no. We'll blame it on technical issues.
Yeah. So, again.
All right, this is Clay Kaysen on the line. Clay had the fastest time for course 1, and the time to beat right now is a 1:03 from Tim Cameron. So I am very curious to see what Clay is able to do.
And he ran a 96. So I mean, we know he can run a faster time, but will he be able to pull that? Again, when you're trying to push a buggy that hard, it leads to braking stuff or having errors. Being that there's so many rocks this course, all it takes is one bad hit, and you break an A-arm or a trailing arm, or again, it didn't even have to be the arm, the bolt. One, the old kind of thing about King of Hammers. There's $3 bolt can injure an entire day. So obviously a lot of shocks and stuff are held in by hardware. So one bolt breaking can injure a day. So you want to push that rig hard, but at the same time also want to be competitive and be able to finish the course. So we'll see how Cody can do.
This is Clay. Yeah, Clay and Cody have raced with us maybe once for sure, maybe twice last season. So we aren't quite as familiar with them and how consistent they are as drivers yet. So he laid down a really great time on course 1, and I hope he can do the same here for course 2. But again, we don't know them and their driving style as well as some of our other regular season drivers. So interested to see how Clay does out here this time around.
Yeah, and again, like I said, he looks like he's hammering down. So we'll see if he can't speak out a first place finish.
The fact that you get a faster time than Timmy when you're not even one of a regular driver out here with this series, that's got to be a pretty good feeling. I'm sure he wants to hang on to that and stay on top of that podium this weekend.
And it's not a faster time because Timmy broke. It's because he actually outwheeled Timmy.
Yeah, it was just a great run. All right, he's coming up to the finish line right now. Let's see what he got.
Looks like Clay has finished the course.
Ooh.
101.573. Clay did it again.
He did it.
He had the fastest time for course 1 and course 2. Well done, sir. That was not an easy course out there today. And especially being up against the likes of Tim Cameron, Brandon Davis, all those guys out here.
I think that puts him in first place overall for the day. So
Well, we do still have Tyler Bradley to go, but yeah, with his first place on course 1 as well. Yeah.
I think that puts him at first place.
What?
Yep.
Oh, is Tyler out?
Fifth will
Okay.
be Tyler Bradley. Let's see.
All right, apparently. Okay. So that wraps it up for our RCV Cup class.
Clay took first place. I would say Timmy took second. And I think Clint Garrison took third. Unofficial.
Looks like
That's
it.
just mine.
Yep, official now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. Cool.
Well done, fellas. We are going to move back into our VIN class. We've got 2 drivers representing this new class for us out here at Bridgeport this weekend, Jamie Barfoot and Don Curtis. If you have kind of just missed everything up to this point and you're wondering what we're talking about, the VIN class is a new addition for this season. They need to have a stock style suspension, max 38-inch DOT tire, and we've had a lot of interest in it,
Yes.
and both racing in it and just watching it,
So
and
much fun.
having the change of pace from the big bouncers and the UTVs, and then just having something totally different
Yes.
that guys can come out here and be able to join in on the fun and just that and our UTV youth class are just continuing to expand the series and open it up to even more drivers. So we've got those 2 fellas
And after
out here today.
After watching the VIN class, I'm a little jelly because I really want to go racing it now.
I know.
We got James.
This is Jamie Barfoot
on the line
in Lemon Drop.
in the Lemon Drop. And again, like I said, from this angle you can't tell because you're looking in the sun, but it is a very yellow Toyota. He's running a 1979 Toyota. Again, I was like, oh, so you're running a 22 R, maybe 22 RE, and he said, nope, it's the 20. It's his little brother. He said it's just a little guy. And naturally, since Toyota, he's running on propane, so we're super pumped about that. I know a lot of my West Coast guys will show love because they're a big propane, and a lot of crawlers out there run propane. Running a 4-speed manual transmission with a dual transfer case. Again, I know my brother Nate Holt's a big Toyota guy. He has a couple that are heavily raisined, as he calls them. Some patina on there. It looks like it's been through a crash 9,000 times, basically is what it boils down to. I got a little patina on there. Running the 4-speed dual transfer cases, stock axle and axle shafts. And he's running 35-inch Pitbull rockers on there. Again, like I said, that's a 35-inch DOT tire. You can run up to a 38-inch DOT tire in this class. They moved the cab back 5 inches, and they played around stretched the front a little bit, and they've kind of moved some body panels around and changed some stuff about it. But other than that, it's pretty stockish. He's going to run some Marlin crawler steering components. That way it keeps it going. Again, with this, you have to have mechanical steering. You can have, I believe, a hydraulic assist, but you still have to have some type of mechanical steering. He would like to thank his lovely wife, Desiree, who's at home. He's from Amarillo.
Not his lonely wife,
Yes.
as I accidentally read your handwriting.
Yeah, it said lovely wife. He's from Amarillo, Texas, which is about 5 hours away from here. We're in Bridgeport, Texas. So he about 5 hours, came out, and I said, oh, you run the stock class? Because I saw him pulling in, and he said, well, I'd like to, but, he said, we're not sure. We haven't registered. I said, you know what? We can make that happen. You can register our events. Come on down. So with him and his son is super stoked to be here. So they brought him on down, make sure got everything situated, checked off our safety checklist, and now he's racing and having a good time. So huge shout out to him. Like I said, thanks, Jamie, for coming down.
Here we go with the yellow Toyota.
This is a massive drop off. So he kind of ended a little bit. Kind of walked it out a little bit on the front wheels.
He had a little bit of a sketchy
He did.
drop in on that course 1.
So,
but was able to come on out of it all right.
Yeah, again, taking his time. It doesn't look that sketchy from here, but I promise you, it's pretty straight up and down. Again, especially when you're a stock Toyota. Ooh, I'm getting word he broke a front passenger side axle.
We have 2 drivers in the VIN class at this race. We have Jamie Barfoot, who is out on course, and Don Curtis, who is on the line. Jamie is making his way past the right flow flag and into the rock garden.
Heading down to that rock garden. There's a lot of rocks down there, pretty brutal.
All right, while we watch Jamie here, I did snag Clay Kaysen. Dude, you had a great time out there today. Great times. I hope you had a great time, too. Out there in the UTV Cup class. It was a rough course. You had the fastest time on both courses, up against Tim Cameron, Brandon Davis, some great competition. And you've raced with us, what, one or two times last season?
Twice.
Yeah, so you and your brother both out here in different classes today. Just give us a quick rundown of what you thought out there today.
It was rough. Lots of big rocks.
We've
Lots
definitely been hearing that from all the drivers. Trying to explain to those that are watching live, when you watch this, it's just kind of like, oh, they're just crawling through there, but it's hard to really understand how violent of a course it is when you're going as fast as you can and rocks, this size out here, and with the drop-ins and everything else you guys were dealing with.
Yeah, and I was fortunate enough not to go off one of the baddest drops, in my opinion, on the course. I bypassed it both times, thankfully.
Well, it worked for you because you got the fastest time on both courses. How did that feel to know that you came out and did that?
Yeah,
it feels pretty good. I'm glad I did. I'm getting a jump on the points on everybody that isn't able to make it and not knocking no one that ain't making it. It's just a lot to do, and I hope to be consistent the rest of the year and see how it goes.
Having the two fastest time, you had literally your 96.180 and 101 were the two. That was first and second as far as fastest time on this course today. So that's got to feel pretty good that you beat Timmy twice.
It does. I've been watching him since I was 3 years old, probably. I've been going to these that long.
I say his fastest time was 103. So kind of beating a legend like that makes you feel pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
Do you guys plan on racing the rest of the season with us?
If everything goes good, yes, ma'am. I do plan on being at every one of them.
All right. Well, congrats that you had some great runs out there today. We're going to finish watching the rest of Jamie Barfoot. You're welcome to stay up here with us if you want.
I think I'm good. I think I'm going to head out.
I could tell you didn't really like having the microphone there, so thanks for coming up. All right, guys, that was Clay Kaysen. He and his brother Cody are, as he said, hoping to race with us even more this season, and glad to have them out here this weekend and get to catch up with them a little. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of them. Jamie busting through that mud puddle.
Again, got this last little climb here, but he does have they said a broken front left axle shaft, I believe.
Front right, I think.
Front right. He has a broken front axle shaft. Passenger side, okay.
Something's broken.
I got a little glare from the TV back here, but yeah, he's giving it. You getting out there, giving it heck. You got to appreciate that. This is why I love the VIN class. It's guys in more stock-ish rigs trying to do some of the hardest courses out here. We've seen guys with full body rigs, having trouble, and then we've seen guys with tube chassis vehicles out here having trouble. So when you see a guy in basically a bone stock rig, I mean, he's running the same motor from 1979. You have to say this guy has a lot of heart, and we can definitely appreciate it. Looks like he's getting a little warm there.
Come on, Lemon Drop.
Trying to get that 20.
He's so close.
20R out there.
He's like 10,
come on, there you go.
From
Come
the finish
on.
Line.
There we go. Almost out the top. Yeah. Woo.
Nice.
That is awesome. See what kind of time we got?
381.601. You know what? His first lap around this course was a 4:15.
He did.
And he just brought that down to a 3:81.
Yeah. That's like 34 seconds faster.
So well done, Jamie and Lemon Drop.
34 seconds faster and has a broken front axle. So you clearly pushing a little harder. Again, we saw how, Ogden Chevy K3500, basically a 1979 one-ton Chevy pickup truck. He's running a 454 and has a Holley EFI system on it. He said the Holley EFI system was a third of the entire truck, the cost of the entire truck. He said a third of everything we have in the truck is just the Holley EFI system. And that's not that expensive. It's like $1,200 for the system. So he's like, I want people to know how much that we have in this truck. It's, we're running they're running a 38-inch tire on a Hummer beadlock. So a Hummer Recenter beadlock, Dana 60 front that's welded. Again, you get some buddies together, get a welder together, and have a little party and weld it up. So he said we're welding the front. We have a Detroit lock in the rear. Super Swampers, like I said, DOT 38-inch tire, which is the maximum you can run in this class, which I think the 38 will help a little bit. I know they aired down and had a flat tire on his first run, so not sure if they got his tire changed or were able to get it aired back up. he said built it himself. So him and his dad and his brother, he wanted to give a huge shout out to Jack. Like I said, they started well when they found out we had a VIN class. They started right after Thanksgiving. Started working on this. They worked every single weekend and sometimes through the week on weeknights trying to get this truck ready. So thanks. He said, he said, I'd like to thank my parents, my mom, dad, my brother Jack for helping out, being a trooper, and, everybody kind of pitching in. He said, but I have some free space for sponsors if they want to, kick in. So he wanted to make sure we mentioned that. So
he's like, do you see all this room on my
yes.
my panels here?
We have lots of real estate for free sponsors. So he said, if you want to step up, we can help us out. Again, running that big 454. It's a lot of power, but there's also a lot of weight there. So you're kind of going, running 1-ton axles is good, but again, more weight. So it kind of weigh out, bigger isn't necessarily always better, but, I'll go ahead and run through the rock section. You might need a bigger shaft, so it's kind of nice. He's running stock shafts in his Dana 60 and 14 bolt. Again, like I said, Bubba Bacon, I was going to upgrade my rear shafts when I first started running a 14 bolt, and Bubba Bacon said, why? He said, I ran stock shafts for like 2 years of mine. He goes, think I drive hard? And I'm like, I know you drive hard. He said, I wouldn't replace them until you broke them, and I did. I ran them literally for like 2 years, and I finally broke them and upgraded to some chromoly shafts, the same spline, and so far they've done pretty well, so pretty happy with them.
Yeah, we miss having the Bacons out here.
They're so much fun. Mama Bacon, Big Tim, Little Tim. I always give
the Bacon Bits.
The Bacon Bits. Big Tim, I always give him a hard time because one day Little Tim called his dad's rig a trail rig, kind of being ornery and teasing him. So ever since then, I'm like, oh, get that trail rig out of here. I always tease him, pick on him a little bit, and he beats me all the stinking time. So I said, someday I'm going to beat you, and we're going to have the biggest party ever, and I'm never going to let you down. Hey, brother, I'll be 40 years old. Hey, brother,
He knows what he's doing behind the wheel.
Yeah, he does. He is a fierce, fierce competitor. And he teases you by being a good old boy, hanging out, and then he climbs in it, and something happens, and he gets it done. But he said, I've been wheeling some of these trails and some of these parks, for 20, 30 years on a tube buggy. So now that I got big power and big tires, it's pretty easy,
Makes a difference.
This looks like you can hear some of that horsepower.
VIN class, I like it. It's fun to watch, and
so
it's a change of pace from our other classes that we're used to seeing out here, and it opens up the series to a whole other class of drivers to be able to come and join in the fun.
It is. And again, like I said, I'm telling everybody we get like a 96 or newer Grand Cherokee because you got coils around, but after watching this full-body Chevy, I kind of want to go with a big-body truck. Maybe find like a Super Duty or something, Just come out and just beat on it really hard.
Jack said he was going to bring a Suburban, a big
I
Keeney
know.
bottom.
I would love that. That would be awesome. And, Jack and Bobby would hop in there and absolutely go to town.
Dude, y'all are making me want to get in something for this VIN class.
Could you imagine Jack and Bobby in a Suburban at Bikini Bottoms?
Yes.
That course would never be the same.
That Suburban would never be the same.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I feel bad for the Suburban.
All right, he's coming around the bottom of Zach's Landing there through the mud puddle. All he's got is this one last climb to the finish line. Come on, Don.
Again, he had a little bit faster time on the first course. Come on, you can hear that motor roaring. Again, they spent some money on making sure they had good power. Obviously, that's pretty awesome. Getting up there.
There it is.
Woo! There we go, through the finish line.
Ooh. 269.394. His first lap was a 3:17, so he definitely improved his time as well and took it down to a 2:69. So well done to both Jamie and Don, our first ever in the VIN class for the series. So that is going to wrap us up for the day, guys. We had our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. We had the RCV Cup class, and we just had our brand new VIN class.
Which is awesome to watch.
It was very fun. Glad to have these guys joining us out here. We will be back tomorrow with UTV Bounty, Bouncer, and UTV Youth classes, as well as both of our RC classes. So we've got a whole nother full day of racing to come. Taylor, do you know what time we're planning to kick off the live feed tomorrow? It's supposed to be like 10? Okay.
Driver meeting 9, racing starting at 10, I think.
Yeah.
So,
all
most
right.
likely.
That's the plan, as long as Zach doesn't fall off any more cliffs or anything like that.
Thank God he's okay. Thank God he's okay.
I did hear he was on his way back.
Okay.
So that's good.
When I found out he was making TikToks in the ER, we're probably okay.
He's going to live.
Yeah. I just thank God he's okay. Thank Lord, keep your hand on him.
Oh man, there's always it's always an exciting
it is.
Something out here. So thank you guys for joining us on Hillside Live today. We will see you back here again at about 10 o'clock tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.